Hello, this video is going to be a very quick review on fraction operations. You are going to need to deal with fractions a lot in algebra, so I thought it would be good to have a place for you to come and remind yourself how to work with fractions. We will start with adding and subtracting fractions. In order to add and subtract fractions, you need to first of all change any mixed number to an improper fraction. And remember, a mixed number is something that looks like this. It has like a whole and then a fraction as well. So you want that to change into an improper fraction. And the way that you do that, let's get close here. You're going to multiply and then add, and it's going to go in this order. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, so that is going to equal 5 thirds. And that is how you change an improper fraction, or a mixed number to an improper fraction. Okay. Now, once you have that taken care of, you need to, let's make this straight, have a common denominator. So to find a common denominator, you need to list the multiples and then circle the smallest number that they have in common and then transform. So let's just do some examples here. Let's say we'll use 5 over 3. We want to do 5 over 3 plus 7 over, what do we want to use, 12. Okay, so I like to start with the smaller number, the smaller denominator, so 3. And the multiples of 3, it's 3, 6, 9, 12, and we actually see a 12 there, so we can stop. That's why I like to start with the smallest, just in case they have the least common denominator is actually one of the denominators that already exists. So we listed those multiples, and when multiples were multiplying, so 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, right? So we want to now, we circled the smallest, and now we want to transform our fractions into our new fractions, equivalent fractions. So they are going to be equal to each other. So we've got 5 over 3, and we need it to get to something over 12. And we know that 3 times 4 is 12, so we're going to do 5 times 4, which is 20. So now this is our new fraction here, 20 over 12. We're going to add that to 7 over 12 because we didn't need to change anything there, right? It was already 12 as the denominator. So we add straight across. 20 plus 7 is 27 over 12. And now we do want to change it back into a mixed number. So 12 goes into 27 2 times with how many left over? It's going to be 3 over 12, which is 2 1/4 when we divide. We want to simplify all the way down. So we know that 3 goes into 12 and 3. So we simplified it all the way up. And that's it for adding and subtracting. For multiplying, this is actually the easiest way to go. You're going to multiply straight across. You multiply the tops and you multiply the bottoms. You do want to change the integers and mixed numbers into improper fractions, but they don't have to have common denominators. So let's do some examples. All right, so we can have 2 over 5 times 3 over 7, and we are just going to multiply top times top and bottom times bottom. So we've got 6 over 35. And we're good. We could also do 1/4 times 2/3, so 1/4 times 2/3, and then we end up with 2/12, and we do want to simplify. So we can simplify that by dividing the top by 2 and the bottom by 2, and we end up with 1/6. Okay, and if we have a integer, let's say we have like 2, and we want to multiply 2 times 3/4, we want to change that integer right there into that's a whole number or integer, into an improper fraction. And anytime you have a whole number or an integer, you're just going to put it over 1. So 2 is the same thing as 2/1. And then we do the same thing, top times top, bottom times bottom, and we are going to simplify it. So 4 goes into 6 one time with 2 left over, and 2/4 is 1/2. So we've got 1 and 1/2. And that is it for multiplying. Now let's work on dividing fractions. So when we divide fractions, here's a KFC guy, we do keep, change, flip. So it's kind of like KFC, it's KCF. You're going to keep the first fraction, flip the sign to multiplication, or change the sign to multiplication, and then flip the fraction. So keep, change, flip. So if we want to divide, can't get this to go not crooked. We want to divide, what do we want to divide? Three-fifths divided by 1/2. We're going to keep the first, change the sign, and flip the second. Now we multiply straight across. So we've got 6/5, and when we simplify, 5 goes into 6 one time with 1 left over. Ta-da! That was a very, very quick review on fraction operations, just so you can refer back to this if you ever need to again. And we are done.